Welcome back, students, dear students. We are once again welcome back. I really want to clap for you that you are today energetic as well. So we were talking about the creative nonfiction. The creative nonfiction, also the literary genre as well, is a genre of writing that uses literary styles and techniques to create faculty, accurate narratives. The creative nonfiction contrasts with other non-fiction such as academic. Moving forward, so the fiction such as academic, technical writing, journalism, which are also the rooted in accurate fact, though not written to entertain, based on a prose long style. Many writers view creative nonfiction as an overlapping with an essay. Lee Gutkind, the founder of the magazine, ultimately the primary goal of creative is to write, communicate for an information just like a reporter, to shape in a way that reads like fiction. Gutkind is an American writer, speaker, journal called Creative Nonfiction. Gutkind has edited more than 30 books covering a wide range of subjects for the child, adolescent, mental illness, organ transplantation. Currently, he is the distinguished writer in the science as well, policy outcomes, and professor of School of Life Sciences at Arizona State University. I have divided his life into an early life, the born on January 3rd, 19th, Pittsburgh. So he earned his bachelor's degree in English from University of Pittsburgh in 1968. After an high school services of the United Coast Guard, he holds a trickle driver, publications, relations, account executive, characters. Now the career over there. 73, he published first book that was Bike Fever on the motorcycle culture. He then joined the University of Pittsburgh's Department of English faculty, where he eventually became the first tenured professor. For example, the first permanent professor for this genre is concerned. Gutkind founded the literary genre creative nonfiction in 1993. Citation is already over there. He published the issues of Best Creative and Anthology of Creative Nonfiction at Arizona State University. He founded the Write Publish program supported by the National Science Foundation. And moreover, the Gutkind has lectured multiple of non-fictions and a wide range of audiences and organizations, including the National Academy of Science, Earth Justice, the Institute of Learning, the Council of Healthcare Economics and Policy for the foreign audiences. He helped found the low residency people programs and the Creative Goucher College. For 11 years over there, the conference of there, he was a director and the founder of 412 Pittsburgh Nonfiction Literary Festival. Now, for example, see, this person is how much enthusiastic that he founded. Then Virginia G. Piper, distinguished writer in residence of State University in 2007-8. Nonfiction is a pleasant way to walk, as said by Lake Marverton. Once wrote both the novels put on horseback and the cowback, symbolic or real, would walk when he could write. But I will give you examples over there. People respect a non-fiction, but they read novels. Now this is, for example, I want to justify this line. I want to give an analysis over here. Why people are more interested in novels? There are 7 to 8 multiple aspects. The one thing is novel is lengthy. The second thing is there is a very ordinary stuff, means very common story about the character, about any theme. This is a flatter version. So the third thing is you can read from any casual aspect. But on the other hand, if we are discussing about the creative non-fiction or the memoirs or the short stories, this is the shorter version. You cannot skip something in it. You have to be focused on each and every basic information of what you are seeing over there. So moving forward, there are the memoir, diary, travel writing, journalism, chronicles, personal essays, hybridized essay, biographies, and autobiographies. Chris Anderson claims that the genre can be understood best by splitting into two subcategories: the personal essay and the journalist essays, that can be defined by its lack of established creative nonfiction authors. For example, one by one, Mark Bowden, Deva Sobel, Nathaniel Philbrick, Mary Rauch, David Sedris, Edwidge Dankert. Now, these all are big names as far as essays or personal essays and literary art. Barbara, in her book, The Art of the Fict, suggests four constituent characteristics of genre. First, one by one, that is documentable subject matter chosen from the real world as opposed to the invented one. वो कहता है कि that is the real one, this is the obviously the think over, this is the imagination, this is the creative one. The first thing is there must be a real world. It must be natural to the world. The second characteristics, it must be an enthusiastic research. There must be an interest. People must also go with that interest. Allows writers to novel perspectives on their subjects. Also permits them to establish the credibility of themselves. So the third one characteristic Lounsbury claims is the scene. Which scene you are talking, as there is in the dramas. For example, the first, second, third, fourth, 2-act, 3-act, 5-act. So when we are talking about the creative nonfiction, which the ending scene, the middle one, the beginning scene, so it is divided also into the scenes. So apart with these scenes matters a lot. These scenes matters a lot. So moving forward to the fourth and fine writing, a literary prose style, verifiable subject matter and exhaustive research guarantee the non-fictions from the structure disclosed. Whether art history, finally, the goal along has been literature. Philip Lopate, there is a complete book by the genre offering the advice of the best literary non-fiction captures. Non-fiction or kind of non-fiction is any document media that contact attempts in good faith information world rather than the being in imagination. Fiction typically aims to present topics objectively based on historical, scientific, empirical. However, some of the fiction ranges more than the real worlds, often referring specifically to the prose writing. For example, prose. So once again, we will be going with two theorists. One is Francis Bacon, the other one is In Praise of Idleness, an essay, a long essay where you can see, or an essay on studies, of travel, of life and death, of betrayal, of studies. So these are things when we start with of studies. So there it is a matter of revenge. Revenge is a kind of wild justice. We cannot relate revenge with justice. Revenge is a negative term, justice is a positive constructive term. So overall this was prose. This is absence as far as my creative nonfiction is concerned. First it was prose, then it became the novel, then it's the novella, so short story. This is, but on the other hand, it is memoir, it is biography, it is autobiography, it is journal essays, it is, so this is creative nonfiction based on real terms, based on realities, based on facts, statistics. So I will, moving forward, populated by imaginary characters and events. Nonfiction writers can show you the reason, consequences of events. They can compare, contrast, classify, categorize, summarize information. But the facts are like reach other conclusions about that, etc. Non-fiction and fiction versus creative non-fiction. Now this is a very good example of it. Non-fiction and non-fiction is straightforward. True stories are non-fiction. Invented stories are fiction. Now see, invented means you have fabricated over here. Like fiction is based on fact, you have found a piece of creative nonfiction. So what is the difference between fiction, non-fiction? Creative nonfiction simply aims to convey factual information and arguments in a clear, way. Descriptive language, character developments, elements, narrative elements, examples of straightforwardness, non-fiction, scientific research, police reports, textbooks, journalism articles, and some of the biographies. Fiction invents characters, settings, plots, products of imagination. These author is free to alter events, but on the other hand, the non-fiction is free to explain the realities. Creative non-fiction, two types of genres, merging factual accuracy with literary flair. Now what does flair means? And a kind of attachment from through which you may get these things few interesting. Like story read more like a mystery. Mystery is unstoppable like drama, comedy or other genres, but it is very successful. There are the four writing skills and elements of creative nonfiction. The clear-cut differences in the traditional nonfiction and creative nonfiction is the use of literary devices, techniques, characters. Creative nonfictions factually accurate, presented over the first thing is scene setting. Please, I will give you examples on scene setting. You can use my bed is as soft as a tissue. Now I have used as, the use of as, the use of like, the use of, it means I am using over there the simile. If I am saying that my bed is tissue, it means it is a metaphor. It is a metaphor. Or on the other hand, I may say that my papa is like moon. This is a simile. Or on the other hand, I said my father is moon. So I am directly relating moon with any of my beloved, loved, nearest and dearest one. So the first thing is figurative language. That figurative language means the use of literary devices at every genre, particularly in producing an attractive or interactive or an persuading writing. So you have to add these gradients in your writing. People, you said that you are as beautiful as deer. You can, you are as polite as dove. You can say that you are as flowing as the water. So these things, these metaphors, these similes, these apostrophes, these symbols, these, for example, you may add over here imagery into that. So these are the basic tricks and skills that help you in order to magnify and create an magnification in your writing. Moving forward is the character development. Real people are fleshed out with backstories, mannerism and motivations just like in real life. Some literary techniques that you might find in creative nonfiction are flashbacks. For example, all of you are being told with a 17 to 19-year-old child or a teenage or in an adolescent age. So that is Muhammad bin Qasim, a young, teenage, energetic warrior before Pakistan came over through the Mughals, and he has confiscated many regions, particularly where I am standing today. The Multan was also being confiscated by this young, tremendous achievement holder and miraculous leader, warrior. So he has almost get hold of this Multan. Now this real, when I am telling this story and relating this stories, this narration, this telling, this resemblance, all these things have facts, figures. These are reals. That's why I am telling you. But on the other hand, we cannot add the story of bishop orders his tomb. That is totally fictitious. That is totally fabricated. That is totally poets and writers' own imagination. But these things, histories, and that is the other one. So that was from today. God bless you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.